Hey, good day all. So yet another review, this time the F16C from the Thunderbirds, aka Warbird in this case. It's the HA38044, 1988 United States Air Force. Yeah, I've been looking for one of the Thunderbirds F-16s for a while. I'm not sure if this was really a thing, but I just like the fact that it has weapons on it and it completes the rest of my Thunderbird collection. I just needed an F-16 and after this an F-15 and then I have them all finally. So as with all HobbyMasters, at least this time some canopy explanations, like how to open the canopy properly. Step 1, take it open, forward, and then open it completely. Information about the F-16s and about general background, and then of course the plane itself. Let's go straight to the plane. I'll keep the boring stuff for you guys to read on Wikipedia. I think you all came here to see them all. Now again, plastic formed, all parts are nicely snuck in the plastic, which is really nice. Now this is the Warbird version. It has a full arms kit, which is really cool. So it's not like a standard display team plane, which I like a little bit better. Because at the end of the day, these are war planes, and not show planes. And these tapes are annoying. So some bombs and some missiles with it. Pilots are separated, or this one pilot at least. Even an aiming system with it, really cool. Stand. With this one it comes with a little pull pin, so that's really handy. Again, sorry, it's going to be very boring. It's going to be displayed again in flight mode, for me at least. I'm going to show you shortly the real setup, how they stick under the plane, because with F-16 it's quite easy. So that plastic formed again. Actually quite a glossy finish, really cool. A bit, how do you call it? It's not super glossy, it's a bit in between. Not much orange peel, luckily. I've seen some cases where they have orange peel on them, so I always pay attention when buying these models that they actually look the part. Let's see if I can get the pilot out. It's in the plastic forming. And what I like to show you guys is that they paid attention to the Thunderbirds helmet. Thunderbirds helmet has way more details, of course, but at least they made it red and the suit in blue. Not sure if they had a dark blue suit on, but really cool that they paid attention to the helmet at least. So closed wheel arches, which we are going to use. So the front one, the rear one, and we're going to use those in a sec. And then of course the complete wheel assembly for the rear. Again, these are quite simple and easy. What I like about them, they made it one big unit. So at least you don't have to fiddle and play with all the little sticks and parts, because it will shoot in as one piece and looks really good. Same goes for the front. It is all plastic, of course, but it's quite sturdy and quite strong, I have to say. I haven't seen many of them break yet. So with the plane itself, I already see something I don't like, but I'm going to show you guys on the camera. It's a bit of a detail. Getting this one out, I remember that it's not so easy and you need to pay attention to the pitot at the front. As you can hear, all the crackling sounds, really fun. So the pitot is one piece of the front nose. So you have the aluminum or alloy, and then there's, from this line here, there's plastic starting. Super weak part. I've seen many people on review videos and also in real life snap these off and have to re-glue them. It's a waste. So always start from the front when taking these planes out. Take your time with it. Now what I mentioned, what I didn't like, so the canopy doesn't close very good. It has quite an edge to it. And I've seen this before. That's something they need to pay a little bit more attention on. Because on the real plane, of course, that's nice and smooth. Now this is of course a little model, but for the price that we pay, you expect it a little bit better. So flap parts, plastic, except for the main frame. So plastic, 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 plastic. Underneath the stabilizer, same story, plastic. Also this I recall, plastic. Not 100% sure, no, it's metal. So it has a nice mix of parts on it. Painting, really cool. Yeah, nothing bad to say about that. Nice colors and all that. Looks really good, especially all the country flags on the side. But in general, quite nice. Don't like the big linings on the molding. They could have made them a bit smaller, but in general, not a ugly looking plane. So as I said, I'm gonna put this one in flight mode, but I'm also gonna show you quickly how to put the wheels under them. It's quite straightforward. If I don't recall correctly, it goes in like that. So just a general push down. You don't have to push hard for this. It's quite a smooth fit, I have to say. And also the front wheel only goes on in one way. So then it displays on wheels. Now, the canopy is really a shame because it's even not angled out correctly. Let's see if I can get it a bit better. Not 100% sure about that. That's a bit of a waste, but it's okay. Getting the wheels out again is a different story. It's a bit harder. Rear wheels are not so bad. I always grab them on the tires and gently wiggle them. But I remember that after a while, when they're sitting on the shelf, they can come loose, the glue. So really take your time in disassembling. So in flight mode, all nicely closed hatches. Now let's have a look at the weapons kit. Let's put the plane aside, with the pitot especially, being so sensitive. Let's put all the parts out. There's a little book with it. No. So they used to have little sheets of paper to show which part goes, because I'm not an expert on F-16s. But in general, I'm assuming that this part goes here. So I had a guided system. So in flight mode, of course, this becomes a useless part, unfortunately, due to the stand. It will hit it. But I just wanted to show you. Let's do a guide to drops probably on the bombs. Is my guess, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure someone will, which is 100% okay, of course. Bit of a waste that the frames on the bombs are not in the matching color of the plane. I'm not sure if the real one has that also, but that's a little detail I would have picked up on at least. So I put these in the wrong spot, I just saw. These go in the middle. As I said, they used to have papers with them to show you where does the bomb go, where does this go. Personally, I like that, especially if you're not 100% like a super plane geek. I am a plane geek, but not that bad. I don't know everything. It's a shame that they don't have tanks with them, so they just have the empty frames now, which is quite fiddly to get on there, by the way. Man, I'm gonna remove the bombs for now, because these are not easy to put in there. That's one. So it would have been cool to have some tanks. But this is also quite interesting to look at. So empty frames, it's a bit of a waste that they didn't make them in the color of the plane. But as I said, I don't know if the real one has it or not. I don't know. So this is how it looks, with all arms on it. So the Warbird looks quite good, I have to say. So when putting the frame on, there's also one last part. So when in flight mode, this one has to go out as a little cover. So if you put it on the landing gear in a static mode, you can put this in, but not when you're putting in the flight mode. So I'm gonna put it on the back for now. So at least the pitot doesn't hit. This thing out. The pull hook, it is nice, by the way. So you can pull out hatches. You can get them behind there and pull them out, which is really cool. Stand. If I'm not mistaken, this one goes like this. Sometimes quite sturdy, I have to say. and the slot, it clicks nicely in there. So they have a nice cradle with a little pin slot into the frame, which makes it extra easy to put it in there. So that's the Warbird. I'm gonna give you a bit of a close-up on the canopy so you guys can see it and judge for yourself if that's something you guys would accept. I personally am gonna probably write an email about this because it is not pretty, but... So a small close-up of the plane. The pilot itself was really hard to fit in there. It's generally a little bit too big for 1 in 72, I'm pretty sure of it. I got it in some of my planes, but this one, it's just way too tight. Then going straight to the point where I think they failed on this model. Yeah, so the canopy from this angle, which I'm going to display it from, looks quite okay. But the further you go to the other side, it's completely misaligned. So probably again with some wiggling and some heat, you can probably bend it out that way. But I personally am not going to do that. So this is a bit of a failure. So I have this fitment of the canopy, so it would need to sit like that to be even better. And then also more front. So probably if you push it out a little bit, it will help, but not really something you can fix. Paint looks quite good, not bad. The details again on the letters is always really cool. The logistics part, the flags even, a bit hard to see, but I have to say for that size, really good, well done. United States Air Force logo, Thunderbirds. For the rest, that all looks good. Panel lines are a bit big, a bit rough, but in general not bad. Then going to the not painted parts on the weapons, a bit of a shame. I would have made them blue and the colors of the plane, but yeah. Maybe that's something I will do later myself. So, to be honest, I'm a bit disappointed in this model. I think they could have done better. Canopy, weapon colors. But again, I don't know if it's with the real one, the same story or not. But in general, a nice fighting Falcon, but just some details that could have been better. Well, thank you all, and see you next time.